Wow, we are back again with Game Week 3 predictions for the English Premier League. Joining me today is none other than the Pundit himself, that is Pundit Hunter. We are here to provide you nothing but the very best. So far, City, Leeds and Manchester United currently have qualified for the relegation. Anyway, stay till the very end. It's super amazing. So Pundit Hunter, get it started.
Yeah, let's move to the first game. That is Tottenham Hotspurs versus Wolves.
Yeah,
So far the two teams have progressed well in the Premier League. The Tottenham have played so far 2 games. They have won 1. They drew 1.
Yeah.
And Wolves, they have not had that start that they would have wished for. In that they have played 2 matches. They have lost 1. They drew 1. So I think moving into this game, and we see, if you can just see the sides, Tottenham, first of all, have an upper edge.
Definitely.
Yeah, remember, Tottenham is one side that we look forward towards this season. They have good players in that their squad depth and the strikers that they have, the midfielders they have. I think they have quality over Wolves. And I think they'll be having an edge over Wolves.
Yeah.
Although Wolves might be struggling to have a result here, they'll because so far they have performed dismally. They have started the season dismally.
They are winless so far in this season.
Yeah, so I think they'll be coming here to challenge the Tottenham Hotspurs side. That is Antonio Conte's side. But I think with the quality that Antonio Conte's side has, I think they'll edge the Wolves side. And I'll go for a score of 3-0. That is Spurs 3, Wolves 0.
Definitely, I'm also adding on that. I say that Tottenham are a better side, and Antonio Conte has figured his starting 11. So I back Antonio Conte to win with a clean sheet of 2-0.
Yeah. Then the next game, that is the second game of Game Week 3, we have Leicester versus Southampton. Yeah, remember these two sides, they have not started the season so well. Remember, Leicester City have played 2 games so far. The first game, they drew. Then the second game, they lost to Arsenal. Yeah, and if you look at the Saints, the Saints in their first game, they lost. Yeah, and the second game, they also drew. So I think these are 2 sides that have struggled so far. They are getting into this game. They want a result. They want the 3 points into this result.
Yeah,
so I think it will be a competitive match. But I think with the quality that Leicester City have, that is Brendan Rodgers' side, I think they have quality players that can determine this game. Remember the likes of Jamie Vardy, James Maddison.
Wow,
I think
those 2 players are definitely epic.
Yeah, I think these are 2 players that might decide this game. And also in the quality that they have in Patson Daka, I think Southampton this season, somehow they don't have that quality to compete somehow, but they've been getting results. I think that has been entertaining. But I think moving into this game, I think with the quality that Brendan Rodgers and the manager that they have, I think they might be winning narrowly. And I think I'll go for a score of 2-1. That is Leicester City 2, Southampton 1. And player to watch on the Southampton side is Che Adams. I think this is a player that somehow might bring complication to the Leicester City defense. So I think I'll favor Leicester City with a win, with a narrow win. Thank you, of 2-1. Back to you.
Okay, so on the game between Leicester versus Southampton, I say that both teams have a leaky defense. And one thing that I also want to add on is that I expect the likes of Jamie Vardy and James Maddison actually to prove themselves valuable this weekend. And so by saying that, I actually see that Leicester is going to be winning, and they win with a score of 2-1. Leicester 2, Southampton 1.
I think I can see at least somehow we're on the same table.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That was an amazing one.
Let us move to the third game. That is Crystal Palace versus Aston Villa. Yeah, remember Palace have played so far 2 games and their progress, quickly to move to their progress. The first game they lost and the second game they drew against one big side. That is the Reds, that is Liverpool.
Yeah.
The Villa side, so far they have played 2 games. They lost the first game, they won the second game. So I think these 2 sides, I think they're also competitive. Remember Palace, if you look at their 2 matches that they have played so far, they have played against 2 strong sides, and they have shown that they can compete and they can dominate those matches. Remember when they played against Arsenal, they really showed some glimpse in the second half, and I think that was a good performance. And also moving to Liverpool side, that is Anfield. They really made Liverpool, they really made life difficult.
They frustrated Liverpool, I tell you.
And I think you remember also Darwin Núñez. That's the match that Anderson, that is a Palace defender, really frustrated him, and he ended up getting a red. So I think Patrick Vieira's side, that is Palace, I think they are organized. And
Yeah,
I think
they are.
they are organized. And I think they might get a result here with the likes of Zaha, Eze. I think this is a side that is promising this season. And they might be pushing all along these teams. To the Villa side, so far they have played 2 games. As I had said, they have lost 1. They have won 1. So Villa, they are organized with the likes of Ings, Coutinho, Buendia, and Bailey. I think they are a good side. So I think we'll be experiencing a very competitive match here.
Definitely,
and I
it's going
think
to be
both
one.
teams will be scoring. And I think I'll settle for a draw in this match. With how I see the teams are competitive, I'll settle for a draw. Maybe Palace might be having an edge somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah, Palace might somehow surprise us with a win, but I'll just settle for a scoreline of 1-1.
Oh,
that is a
okay.
draw of 1-1.
So on this match, I have decided to be generous and generous enough to give these 2 teams, that is Crystal Palace and Aston Villa, a score of 1-1.
Okay, that is, we're also on the same table. We are reading from the same table and that is also good. So to the 4th match, that is West Ham versus Brighton. Remember, West Ham so far, they have not been progressing so far. They have played 2 matches. They have lost the 2 matches.
Yeah.
So I think moving into this game, Brighton side also, they have played 2 games. They have won one game. They drew 1. So I think these 2 sides, they really need a result here. More so the West Ham side.
Yeah,
I think with the 2 lost, it is not good. With the squad that they have, with the players that they have, and also if you compare their season last season, remember they had one of the better seasons last season. They really performed well. So I think they need to convince in this game. They need a win in this game. And I think the likes of Antonio, the likes of Susek, the likes of Declan Rice, and Benrahma, I think they need to stand out in this game. They need to give David Moyes a result here. So I think Graham Potter's Brighton, they have done so far well. They got a win against United. That was so impressive. So I think moving into this game, we cannot undermine Brighton's side.
Definitely, we cannot undermine Brighton.
Yeah,
Never.
they are a threatening side, and they're always very competitive. So I think this match will also be competitive, and both sides will score. But I'll go for a West Ham win, and West Ham will win with a 2-1 score.
On this one, I tend to disagree with you, even though there's one thing we agree on, that West Ham is definitely looking for a positive result in this game, but it's going to be one of a challenging one for them. So looking forward into this game, I tend to think that the best option to go with is a score sheet of West Ham 1, Brighton 1. That is 1-1 full time.
Yeah, it is a possibility, because if you look at what the nature of how Brighton play, they're a side that makes life difficult for the opponents.
Definitely.
Yeah, so I think with your result, it might somehow tally.
Yeah,
but for my side, let me just settle for West Ham win, because they really need that win.
Definitely.
Yeah. So the 5th game.
The 5th game.
Yeah, that is Newcastle versus Man City.
The titles contenders.
Yeah, title contenders. I think this is one game that will be really a big challenge to the City side. I think they really need to win this match, because the Newcastle side, as I see the side, they're a very organized side. And the Eddie Howe's side, I think with the takeover, as I had said, with the good players that they have signed, the likes of Bruno, the likes of Wilson, and the likes of Trippier, I think they're a good side, and I think they'll be making life difficult for the City side. But so far, the 2 teams have played 2 games each. Newcastle, they have 1 win in 2 games. That is the first game they won, the second game they drew. City have 2 wins in 2 games. So I think with that positivity from the City side, I think they will want to get another result, another positive result, so that at least they can keep that bar going. Remember, their competitors are like the likes of Liverpool. They have slipped. So I think they need to take this advantage.
Definitely, that's correct.
They need to be going into these matches so that they dominate these matches. They need to be picking up results from these matches. And I think if you can win against sides like Newcastle and the likes of West Ham, as they had won, and the likes of Bournemouth, then I think you might be having the league. Because if you concentrate this side, you get a positive result from this side. I think the league might be yours. And I think I'll be backing for City, how organized they are. Although Newcastle, that is Eddie Howe's side, they're always organized. It's a side that I really admire. And I think in the near future, they might even be playing in the European football. So I think I'll be going for a City win. That is a scoreline of 1-3 in favor of Man City. Thank you.
Wow. So on the match between Newcastle versus Manchester City, I see that Manchester City are actually at the top of the Premier League so far.
Yeah.
And they continue to roll very well with positive results, with a hope of actually clinging their third Premier League title in a row.
Yeah,
definitely.
that's for sure.
Yeah.
And must better. What do you think about the player Alan? Do you think he might be scoring in this game?
Wow, one thing that you have to mention is that if you see the last game that City played, we witnessed a total variety of people scoring. I mean, there were 3 different players scoring.
Yeah, the likes of
Ilkay
Gundogan, KDB, Foden. Yeah.
So it means that City actually has a very fertile attack. I mean, anyone can score at any given time. So basically, like earlier on, I was like tending to focus on Haaland to score, but right now I see that City is more organized. And with that being said, then I tend to think that they have the ability, any player can score, and Haaland is not like that much of a priority at this particular moment.
Yeah, I think in as much as winning, I think that pressure that he brings.
Yeah.
Remember in the last game they played, he provided for Ilkay Gundogan's assist.
That assist was an amazing one.
Yeah, so I think with that impact, if he can be having that impact, but I see him scoring in this game. I think he might score in this game.
Yeah, because he never scored on the other one too.
Yeah, so what is your scoreline against Newcastle? That is on City.
Yeah, so I expect Pep Guardiola's side to continue suffocating these teams, and so Newcastle is not going to be having it easily. So I see City winning with a clean sheet. So City 2, Newcastle 0.
Okay, that's good. So let us move to the 6th game. That is Everton versus Nottingham Forest. Remember Everton, that is Lampard's side. They have played 2 games so far.
Yeah.
And their matches have been so... it has been like a nightmare to them. They have lost the 2 matches. Like the first game they lost, the second game they also lost.
They're one of the teams in the EPL so far. I think one of the 3 teams yet to at least get a point.
Yeah, they're really struggling. They're really struggling so far. Like I think they're really missing players. Remember, they have injuries. That is in the defense and the attack. So I think this is a match that Everton is moving. At least they want to pick a result. And if you look at the Nottingham Forest, this is a side that we have praised over the time.
It's a good team.
Yeah, we say that they're really organized. And also I foresaw them winning against West Ham, of which they won. So I think moving into this game with the Everton side, I think Everton might not be going for nothing less.
They are not well placed.
They are not well placed, but I think they won't go down with a loss this time round.
They can't record a 3rd loss in a row, you say that?
Yeah, that will be a nightmare, and that will drain the players. That is, will not motivate the players.
Yeah.
I think Lampard's side, they'll be moving into this game. At least they'll want a result.
Definitely.
Either draw
I join you on
or a win.
That.
Yeah. So I think Nottingham Forest, they're always organized side. They'll be a good side against Everton. But I think Everton will struggle to at least get a result. That's why I've gone for a draw of 1-1. And I think a player to watch in that match is Gordon. That is Everton's player. And also Jesse Lingard for Man United. Sorry for that. For Nottingham Forest. Yeah, I think those are 2 players to watch. But I'll settle for a draw of 1-1. Thank you. Back to you.
One thing I have to say is that when I look at the game between Nottingham Forest and Everton, I have to definitely mention one thing, that Nottingham Forest stand a better chance of winning this game. But when you look at this thing, I mean, at this fixture, is that I expect Nottingham Forest to retain their actually starting 11 that they had win in the last match. And then one thing that I also have to say is that Lampard's side always have some kind of luck when they're playing at home. So in this game, I don't see them losing too. So which means I'm going with a draw of 1-1. Everton 1, Nottingham Forest 1.
That is also the same thing that we are reading. And Everton fans, please let us know your comments in the comment section. Is your team going for a better season? And I think if things are not taken keenly, I think they might be having one of the worst seasons.
Remember, Everton and Wolves are some of the teams that we predicted are going to be having one of the most difficult seasons. In fact, at some extent, we thought they were going to be relegated, and that can come out to be somehow true if they continue with this pathetic results.
Like the Everton side, I think if things are not managed well, I think they might be moving down the drain. If things are not managed well. Then to the 7th game, that is Fulham versus Brentford. Remember Fulham, Brentford. So far, let me just take you to an analysis of the 2 games that they have played so far. Fulham, so far, they have played 2 games. They have played so far 2 draws. That is the first game they drew. The second game they also drew. And Brentford side, they drew the first game. and they really surprised many last weekend.
For real, that is something we have to mention.
Yeah, they really had a good result against the great Man United. And they won with a scoreline of 4-0, and that was very good. I think
making them to sit third in the Premier League table.
Yeah,
so far.
I think they'll want to build the momentum on that match that they played. At least with that win, I think the players are motivated. The dressing room is happy.
Yeah.
And I think they'll be moving into this match. They'll want a result. But I think Fulham. Remember how so far they have been organized. This is a side that somehow we undermined, but they're doing well in the Premier League.
They are proving us wrong.
Yeah, with the likes of the lead man, that is Mitrovic. I think they might be having a result at against Brentford, and I think if I analyze this game well, with the side that Brentford are the likes of Tony Mbeumo and the likes of Ben Mee, I think. This game we might also be witnessing a draw.
A draw.
Yeah, but Brentford somehow might be a better side to win this game. As we compare with the match that they played against United, they were so organized. They really countered. They really pressed well, and they really defended well. They attacked well. So I think how I looked into this game, I think Brentford might be having an edge. But with how Fulham is, I think. A draw is fair enough. I think a draw of 1-1 will be fair enough. Thank you.
So the game between Fulham versus Brentford, I also tend to think that the game is actually going to be a challenging one. But one thing I have to mention is that I am seeing a scenario whereby Brentford is going to be losing points for the first time in this season. So I want to back Fulham win with a score sheet of 2, Fulham 2, Brentford 1.
Well, that's good. That's good. I can see that's good. Now we move to the 8th game. We're almost there. The 8th game.
Yeah, Bournemouth, Arsenal.
Remember, Bournemouth, the first game they won. The second game, they lost to the City side.
Yeah.
Remember the nature of the goals, how the nature of goals really defended poorly. And now they're also meeting as an Arsenal side who are really organized. So I think, like I said, the first game, Bournemouth won. The second game, they lost to City. Arsenal, the first game they won. The second game, they also won. So I think these are two good sides. Bournemouth were promoted into the Premier League. And so far, they have tried to play a good football. That is Parker's side. They're doing a good job, but I think they cannot match the mighty Arsenal for now. Arsenal are organized with the lead man in Gabriel Jesus and the likes of Martinelli and Saka. I think that attacking front three
is an amazing one.
Yeah, they are thrilling.
One thing I have to mention too.
And they're clicking. Remember, they're clicking. Yeah, the goals are somehow being distributed, and Gabriel Jesus has
fairly
really
distributed.
Yeah, Gabriel Jesus has really settled in well. So I think I'll go for a scoreline of 1-2 in favor of Arsenal.
Wow. So one thing I also wanted to mention before we proceed further is that when I look at the game between Bournemouth and Arsenal, I want to say that these are some of the games that I tend to think are going to be determining on whether Arsenal is going to be actually finishing in top 3 or even contending for the title. Yeah. Because so far they they stand a favorable chance of contending for the title. Yeah,
with the likes of Liverpool, how Liverpool has started dismally, but I think the title contender will be too early for Arsenal. Let's just predict a top 4. Yeah, it will be fair enough.
But these are games that actually will determine a lot.
If they can get results against such sides like the likes of Leicester City, the likes of Palace that they have done, and they also get a result at Bournemouth, then I think their chances will be boosted, because these are sides that if you win, then you have high possibilities of finishing even in the top 2. Yeah.
And then another thing is that Bournemouth also has like a solid defense when they are playing at home. So I'm expecting an impressive battle in this one. But at the end of the day, I see an Arsenal win and Bournemouth not to score any goal. So Arsenal 2, Bournemouth 0.
Okay, thank you for that. Then we move to the 9th game. And before I move to that, do you think Gabriel Jesus will continue with this goal?
Yeah, I expect Gabriel Jesus to continue shining, because to me is like I don't see anything that is going to be barring him from having that ability. But maybe just for the reason is going to, when you look at the Arsenal side so far, if there's a player that needs to be like marked or like defenders are actually keen on, is Gabriel Jesus. And remember, I'd mentioned very well that Bournemouth also plays a very defensive style when they're at home. Yeah. So it will kind of be hard for Jesus to score, but maybe if he gets the opportunity, then actually netting something.
Yeah, remember also the nature of the goals he scored against Leicester City. I loved the first goal. That chip, it was so amazing. I really loved that goal. And also in the second goal, it was in the right position. Remember how that set piece was brought? It was in the right position to score that goal. And that's what Arsenal need. And that's what Arsenal has been lacking. Now let us move to the 9th game.
Leeds
versus Chelsea.
Wow.
Yeah, remember Chelsea last weekend, we really saw something else. And your manager want to be around. I think he want to be in the touchline due to the red that he had. But Chelsea really showed a good performance against Spurs.
Actually, I have to admit that so far I've been impressed the way Chelsea are playing. It is something I never expected from them this season.
If you look at the signings that they have done, that is Koulibaly. He has settled in, and I think he has replaced Rudiger so well. And the likes of Cucurella, I think they are well. So let us just move to the highlights of this game.
Yeah.
The first game, Leeds United won. The second game, they lost. They drew. Sorry, they drew. So far they have been having a good performance. With 2 games, if you draw 1 and you win 1, I think that is a good performance. On the Chelsea side also, they have won 1 game. They have drew another one. So I think moving into this game, Leeds side somehow will be coming into at least to get a result, maybe a draw into this game. Remember how they performed last time. They commanded a very 2-0 lead against the Saints, that is Southampton, but they lost that. I don't know why. I think they'll be missing the likes of Coody. Remember Connor Coody was sent on loan to Everton. So I think they're missing that presence in the defense. So I think their defense is somehow shaky. And I think Chelsea might utilize this. And I think to the Leeds side, let us watch Rodrigo. Remember, he had 2 goals last weekend. So I think he'll be a man to watch in this Leeds side. Then I think Chelsea, with the performance that they have had so far, how they played against Tottenham, I think they'll be having a positive result this time round. And I'm commanding a 2-0 goal score margin. That is Leeds or Chelsea 2.
Actually, when I look at the game between Leeds and Chelsea, I don't have a lot to say on this game. One thing I just have to quickly mention is that Leeds United, I expect Chelsea to go into this match with a possession-focused attack, whereby we are going to be witnessing, low number of goals being scored. So I don't expect Chelsea to win with more, and I also don't expect Leeds to net a goal. So in this one, I go with a clean sheet on Chelsea side. So I'm giving Chelsea 1, Leeds 0.
And do you think this is the moment that we have been waiting for Sterling to score? Do you think Sterling can be on the score sheet? Remember, since he has been brought, we are yet to see him score. Do you think he might be telling the Chelsea fans that I'm here to give you the goals? Do you think he might be scoring in this game?
Actually, that is going to be a tough call to make at this particular moment.
Remember, he has been brought to give him goals.
Yeah, Chelsea, I know that.
Chelsea have sold the likes of Timo Werner and Romelu Lukaku. So I think with the coming of Sterling, they need those goals. So I think, to be fair enough, I think he needs to do something. He needs to score in this match.
He needs to do the Chelsea fans justice.
Yeah, I think by him scoring in this match, I think that will build his confidence moving into other games.
I'm not certain that he's going to be netting something. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that.
But he needs to do that so that at least it builds his confidence around the player. At least he settled down. Remember how Koulibaly scored? He was really happy with that score. Remember the fans were also happy. They were saying that this is a dream man that we have. And also the goal that he was scored, it was a rocket. I think that was good. Now let us move to the 10th game.
Over to the final game playing on Monday. Manchester United vs Liverpool. So far these teams...
So far, we really expected them to be clicking. But so far, we have been seeing something contrary. I don't know what is wrong with most so Man United.
Manchester United fans are crying. Liverpool fans are also crying.
But Liverpool somehow they have been having somehow 2 draws, but it is not encouraging. Remember,
you know one thing why I'm saying that Liverpool fans are crying is because remember when we were heading over into this season, Liverpool fans were damn 100% sure, me included, that actually Liverpool was going to be starting on a perfect note.
And you were going to be a title contender. You insisted that you might be finishing.
Yeah, but actually we are still contending for the title. 2 draws does not put us behind. Remember, if we look at the titles, if we look at the EPL so far, it is only Liverpool and City that stand a better chance of winning the EPL title.
But let me
so
ask
we
you,
are still in the race. Liverpool is still in the race of winning the EPL title.
Let me ask you.
Anyway,
remember in your forward line, now Firmino is out injured. Diego Jota is also out injured. Remember, you only have Luis and Salah to rely on moving into this match. Remember also Darwin Núñez. I don't know if it was unfortunate for him to get a red card. Remember he got that red card. That red card came too soon because remember Liverpool, they're lacking depth in the attack. They need players in like the likes of Núñez. They need, then also in the midfield.
I expect Klopp to fix that, so don't worry about that. Let us get into the match.
Sign the players. Remember, also in the midfield, you lack the players. The players are out injured. Also in the defense, the likes of Matip, Konate are out injured. So I think what has hampered Liverpool.
We are suffering with a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
That is one thing I have to mention.
Yeah, what has hampered Liverpool's progress so far? They're a very good side, but I think the injuries have really hampered. Then I think also something that people are not mentioning is the Sadio Mane factor.
That is true.
Yeah.
One thing is that actually Sadio Mane is a gap that we are yet to fill.
Yeah.
It's a gap that's going to take us time to fill. He was a key player.
Yeah.
He was a very key player that was underrated.
He determined games. Remember in games, Liverpool could win even the last minute games. And it was through the brilliance of Sadio Mane.
Yeah. We have not been able to convert a lot of goals so far, but there have been a lot of chances to score. But
yeah, chances created, but
the problem is who is going to score them.
Yeah.
Mane had the ability. Yeah, the way he coordinated the likes of Salah, Diaz, and Firmino was actually an amazing one. But don't worry about that. We are still positive, and things will be okay.
Remember, let me remind you this. Remember, there's a season that. Jurgen Klopp also suffered the same fate. He had a lot of injuries. He had to bring in to settle in teams, and he really struggled to get into the top 4. Can we be seeing the same scenario here?
No. It's too early to call for that. We are just on game week 3. We still have more than 35 game weeks to go.
Teams are winning.
No.
Teams are winning.
Over to your side. Why is Manchester United sitting? Manchester United sitting last on the table?
Okay. Man United, this is a big alarm. This is an alarming concern. Remember, there have been cries that the owners need to sell the team. So I think with the management, I think what is wrong at Man United is the management. That is from the top. I think if they can do something, if the Glazers family can sell in the team, so that we bring new owners, so that we have a good structure in how transfers can be done, and then we get the right people at different positions, then I think we'll be doing well. So far this morning, I woke up to the transfer of Casemiro. I think Casemiro is one good signing if Man United can get, because they've been lacking that defensive midfielder. That's a concern that they had last season, and moving into this season, I expected them to sign at least one defensive midfielder, and I expected a defensive midfielder to be their first signing. So I think them signing Casemiro, that will be a plus for them. I think that midfield, if that midfield can be settled in, then I think United can be a good side. But so far, they've performed dismally. This is not what Man United fans expected for us. I expected us to be winning from the start. But that is how it is.
That is football.
Yeah, we need to accept the results. We need to accept the position that where we are. Then we build from there, because it is never too late. Remember, it is only 2 games. The season is still long.
Yeah,
so if we can build something, then we can even be finishing in the top 4.
Definitely.
It is still possible.
Yeah,
and
it's still possible.
Now moving into this game, the two sides, Man United have played 2 games. They have lost those 2 games. Liverpool side have played 2 games. They have drew both games.
Yeah.
So I think these are 2 sides that they're really under pressure to have a result in this game.
I can say it this way, that we are going to be witnessing a rivalry match with 2 teams desperate for positive results. So it's going to be an amazing game, interesting one. And then also another thing is that this game is going to be officiated by the referee, that is Michael Oliver, who we know very well that is well known for sending off players off the pitch. And so far this season, he has not been reluctant. So far he has given 6 yellow cards. So which means that he still has that mindset within him. And that is leading me to a conclusion whereby that in this match, Liverpool versus United, I see a player being awarded a red card.
That's a good something that you can foretell. I think that is possible, because this match will be so competitive. Remember, Man United also need a result.
Definitely.
They need nothing than, if less,
3 points. Actually, everyone is going to this match with the mentality of 3 points.
Yeah, United needs it more. I settle for less, a draw. And I think a win for them will be a plus. At least it will gain that, it will bring that good mood, it will bring that confidence back into the dressing room. But I think with how I'm seeing the two sides, I'll give a Liverpool win. That is a score of 1-2. Yeah, a score of 1-2 Liverpool so far, because they have the edge. But remember, this is also football. Yeah, this football. Yeah. United can be a changed United, and they might also be, because Liverpool is also shaky. Yeah, so you might be surprised by United winning this game. But so far, according to what I'm seeing, what is on the table, I think Liverpool will win, and the score will be 1-2 in favor of Liverpool.
Wow. Before I give my analysis or my prediction is that I quickly mention that Liverpool is struggling with injuries and attack, just as we had mentioned earlier before, and Manchester United is also still having that anemic attack. The attack is not that impressive. It's very bad.
They need to settle in players. They are still yet to find that first 11.
That is the problem, and that is where we get the advantage. And us as Liverpool, we are heading into this game with a mentality of getting 3 points. So Liverpool 2, Manchester United 0. Yeah, we are winning with a clean sheet.
And also, I think what we need to discuss...
No, I'm sorry about that. It's Liverpool 2, Manchester United 1. I see Manchester United scoring a goal. So it's Liverpool 2, Manchester United 1.
So, and also just to add, I think Man United fans need to comment on the comment section.
Yeah.
I think Bruno Fernandes needs some rest. I think he has not been performing so well. And I think Eriksen needs to get a nod ahead of him. Eriksen needs to fill in that number 10 position.
And one thing also, I expect Diaz to actually provide an assist or score a goal in this one. So if you are looking forward for a player to score a goal, Diaz to score a goal is something that I'm very, very much comfortable is going to be occurring in this one.
What about the GOAT?
The GOAT. Actually, the GOAT himself is someone that we are not even supposed to be talking about today. He's the one going to be scoring the other goal. Diaz won, Salah won. So that is it.
Thank you for watching, my friends. We are going to be back here with the reaction.
Hold on. Let us know their predictions too for all the game week 3 fixtures. Drop them in the comment section. What do you think? What are the scorelines you expect in this coming game week 3? Drop them in the comment section. We are going to be very highly appreciative if you can do that.
Yeah, and also fans, let us get your predictions on that 10th game. That is Man United versus Liverpool, because this is going to be a fascinating game.
That is the game of the weekend, we can say so.
Yeah,
I mean, the game of this, it's the big game of this game week.
Yeah, and also you remember United and Liverpool. They have been having that rivalry. So I think that rivalry. I think
it's still going to be there.
Remember, the sides are yet to do any business. Remember, it has taken long for a Liverpool player to move to the other side, and also Man United player to move to the other side. So I think let us have your comments below, and also thank you for watching.
Yeah,
and we'll keep you with the reactions to this game week 3 predictions.
Definitely. Reactions are going to be coming once the game week is over.
And which team can get a surprise result this weekend? You remember, like last weekend, we have Brentford getting a surprise result, and also Palace also somehow surprised us with the result they had at Liverpool. So
far, I don't see. What do you think about that?
I think. Let us watch Bournemouth and Leeds.
Leeds.
Yeah, they can upset either Arsenal or Chelsea.
So you expect, okay, I get you. Bournemouth, Arsenal fixture, and the Leeds and Chelsea fixture.
Yeah, I think something the result might go somehow, out of prediction. How people expected it, it might go contrary. Thank you.
Yeah. So that is it. This is the Must Better myself. And this is the Pundit Hunter himself. Ensure that you are subscribing. If you're wondering why you're not supposed to be subscribing, then I'm sorry for you. This is where we provide you EPL game week predictions every other Friday and every other game week. Subscribe. Let us see you on the next one. Thank you very much. Goodbye.